begin by asking you, sir. Mr. Anna Hazare and his team have set winter session as the deadline for the introduction as well as the passage of the bill. Are you ready?
I have stoutly resisted giving any deadlines or timelines about the giving of the report. But you can see that I don't know of any committee report where in less than 2.5 months we have completed an enormous number of hearings, over 150 odd or 140 odd witnesses if you count individually the number of people who have come, institutions across India, slice of every segment of society, internal deliberations, sittings, hearings, and now into the writing and adoption stage of the report. So the intention is to be there on time and very early. But I'm not going to give you a date. In comparison to the normal expected paradigm for a parliamentary report, I think this would be definitely miraculous speed, direction, and if I may say so with respect, consensus and collegiality.
You know, there are two other committees which are functioning side by side, and I cannot resist the temptation of comparison. They have been bogged down on partisan lines. MPs are known to react on party lines, and therefore both these committees have not been able to make the kind of progress they ought to have. What has been your experience? Because you have about, say, 29 or 30 members from different political parties. What has been, and there's a tremendous amount of angst amongst parliamentarians who I've interacted with, who are members of the committee, against members of civil society. So how difficult or how easy has it been to bring everybody together?
First of all, it's obviously not for me to comment on other parliamentary committees. That would be your prerogative. But I can say this. I have a mini parliament with me, which I am privileged to chair as far as the committee is concerned. You're absolutely right, there are 31 members, approximately 15 parties. And I entirely give credit to each and every member of my committee. I think the consensus has been nothing short of miraculous. I'm not able to share with you the confidential information, but I can tell you without fear of revealing anything which I should not. And of course we still have the adoption meetings left. We still have to meet and adopt, and every member is free to raise up what they like. But as of now, I would expect roughly 90% plus, possibly 95% plus issues on which there has been intense debate, different views, and then agreement, consensus. Now obviously till it is adopted I cannot commit, but if that be so, it really validates what has been my old favorite. It's not my quote, but I've been saying this many times. Parliament in session is always Parliament on exhibition. Parliament at committee is Parliament at work.
Okay, I won't press you to divulge the details, but you say there's been 90% convergence of views. What is the 10% that eludes you?
Well, I am not pessimistic at all. At the moment, nothing is finalized. We have deferred meetings on the issue of Prime Minister's inclusion issue, and that is still to be discussed. But just consider the range and width. This is, as I said, an intersection of three things. There is technical issues here. This is a legal issue. It's not just some kind of an ordinary legislation. You have to see on each issue various facets of equilibrium and balancing. Take, for example, the equilibrium, whatever it is going to be created between three bodies: the CBI, the CVC, and the Lokpal. There are almost 4 or 5 statutes intersecting here. How do you balance them? There is the Delhi Special Police Act, there is this new Lokpal bill, there is the Indian Penal Code, there is the CRPC, there is the Prevention of Corruption Act, there is the CVC Act. How do you make a new model which doesn't do violence and strengthens each, and also actually works in the nitty-gritty of the real life law? So I have taken my test to be really A, constitutional validity of everything we do. It should be valid. But B, and most importantly, they should be pragmatically operational in real life.